If you want to hear a story about how I was a death doula yesterday, stick around. And what I mean by death doula is helping spirits pass on to the other realms that are stuck, like helping people cross over. For those of you who don't know, I am a professional natural born indigo psychic medium, if I have to label myself. I work in the psychic realms at a professional level daily. So yesterday around 3 p.m., mi madre, my mother, calls. She lives about 4 miles from my son and I. My son was home yesterday from daycare, and my mom calls, which we don't talk like, like that. So she was calling, and she was calling for a reason. I answer the phone, and she proceeds to tell me that she wanted my opinion. She wanted me to feel things out in her house because she felt like she was being watched. And originally I mean, just because of how the human mind works, and this shit is beyond the mind. So the only sense that she could make of how she was feeling is she thought that there were cameras in her bedroom. Which we're not going to get into that now, but it could have made sense just because of her situation. It could have made sense, but for her own anonymity and privacy, I'm not going to go into all that shit. So anyway, she wanted me to come over like right then. So I packed up the kid and we went over there. I knew there weren't cameras in her room, but I looked anyway. Before that, right when I pulled into the driveway, I thought about the guy that lives right behind her. She has very close neighbors, okay? And so after I'm in the house and I'm looking around and I don't feel, and there's no cameras, all right? So then we're kind of hanging out on the side porch, and she kind of motions to the house behind her, and the guy behind her, I was like, that's who's watching you. And she said he died. I was like, what? When did he die? She wasn't really sure, but it had been in the past like week and a half, okay? And I was like, what was his name? And she said Gary, which just his name is a huge coincidence, but I'm not going to go into that either. The guy was quite literally lost, waiting for me to come over to help him. Go to part 2. It'll be up in 5 minutes.